Hi, I'm Terry Lee, and this is my Mindfulness Masterclass, Magic. I believe that magic is just science that we don't understand yet. Arthur C. Clarke said that, and I believe it too. So, what is magic? I believe that magic lives in mindfulness. So, we've all been to those really mind blowing, life changing spiritual workshops that teach you all the woo woo magic. Those kind that include like an elaborate grid of multicolored crystals and stones, or a magical botanical blend of essential oils, the echoing chimes of singing bowl vibrations, and the vibrant, vivid guided meditation journey. I used to teach those kinds of workshops and trainings, but not anymore. There are plenty of other teachers out there to lead you through those kinds of adventures. They all have their beautiful place to create awesome experiences that open your eyes to potential and possibility. They kind of show you that the magic exists. And all those things, crystals and stones and essential oils, they're the tools. However, the magic they teach in those workshops just isn't practical or sustainable. Think about it. You've probably walked away from those workshops with this immense sense of magic, euphoria, tingles and zingles and zizzles and zaps spewing all over the everywhere. And then a few days later, you were right back where you were before, the euphoria gone. But magic can happen everywhere in every moment, and it doesn't have to be that complex. I mean, seriously, are you going to pull out your notes, your essential oils, your crystals, and your singing bowl so that you can do a 30-minute meditation to balance and ground yourself every time you face some sort of upset in your everyday life? Nope. Because you still have to live in the real world. You need magic to help you to know how to do the little things that you got to do every day, like pay the bills without getting overwhelmed by money trouble triggers, or be able to engage in a heated discussion with someone who disagrees with you without losing your cool and giving up your power. That's magic. Magic is hearing your body and responding to its need the first time it gives you a twinge or a warning signal so that you don't have to wait for it to go into an all out temper tantrum, rage of injury or illness. Magic is staying cool, calm, and collected while someone else has a raging meltdown while blaming you for everything. Magic is letting go of your coworkers' angst and stress so that you can bring your happiest self to your child's piano recital or soccer game after work. That's the kind of magic workshops that I teach. You might even say magic is rather ordinary, perhaps even extraordinary. Heck, I'm married to a hobbit who suggests that I wear tinfoil hats around the house. I teach you how to do tiny, normal, ordinary things with mindfulness, and mindfulness is the magic. You see, the greatest magic lives in a simple heartbeat, a rhythm, a pace as natural and methodical as a breath in and a breath out, a step forward and another step forward, and yes, even occasionally a step back or two. But when you breathe and you step and you be mindful in your life, you notice the really sparkly, magical moments throughout your day. There's a science to it in how your brain, your body, and your heart and your soul all work together holistically. There is a way to making magic, even balancing your chakras, so that you can feel more connected and aligned with your divine truth. And when you tune yourself in with your breath, your body, and your intention, you notice the magical things in your life. There's no elaborate understanding of crystals and stones needed, no expensive collection of essential oils required, no complex, long winded meditative sequences included. Just simple exercises of linking breath, body, and intention that connects to the nature of how the universe works every single day, many, many, many times a day. It's easy peasy. And that's what we're going to cover in this class. Magic is the art of working with the natural energies of the universe, including the natural energies inside yourself and your body through your breath, your posture, your movement, your thoughts, your attitudes, and then linking that to what you're seeing in your everyday world around you, in water, in nature, in air, in fire, in life. And magic is neutral. It's not good nor evil. It just is. It's just there. So I'd like you to talk a little moment here about the difference between magic with a C and magic with a K. Magic with a C is what you see when you go to a magic show. It's illusion. It's sleight of hand. It's distracting your mind here so something else is happening over there. It's those mind tricks, and it's purely entertainment value. The kind of magic that I'm teaching in mindfulness, it's about nature. It's about science. It's the magic of how your body builds a heartbeat every single moment and links that heartbeat to your breath and then links that to what's going on in the world around you through the air and the wind and the waters of the universe. It's holistic. It's like the magic of how everything functions together. It's the neurology of how your brain and your science and your spinal cord and your nerves all work together and give you those spiritual ahas. Magic with a K is so much more than the illusion and sleight of hand that you see from a magician's show. But I also want to be clear, magic is not fantasy. Fantasy, we think of like fairies and ghosts and demons and genies, witchcraft, or those mythical creatures. Those are simply creative, imaginative ways that we can understand the magic of the universe as it really is. So fantasy is this symbolic and metaphoric way of understanding the science of what magic really is. Because magic with a K is a science. It's the science of how the universe works. It's atoms and molecules always shifting and changing and rearranging themselves. It's matter of those atoms and molecules and how they collect into dense tissue. It's nature of how the wind and the air and the trees breathe and how the animals in the world connect and the energy of how things work together. It's the magic of the universe in your biology of how your body keeps itself alive and the chemistry of how it engages with the outside world and the physics of how it follows these natural laws like cause and effect, or energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just keeps reincarnating, rearranging itself. Magic is really this awesome and miraculous and wondrous world that we live in everyday life. Some people have called me magic because I see auras and chakras. And auras and chakras are those colors that magically emit off the body. Some say that is magical. I say it's science. And I just have a little bit more attuned practice of working with it. Because it really is, auras and chakras are just your nervous system. They're your atoms and molecules shifting around your body. And I'm more tuned to be able to recognize that and explain it. Your aura is really that non-dense energy of atoms and molecules that shift and move around your body. And so learning how to work with those atoms and molecules and how they engage with the natural laws of the universe and how they engage with your outside world of nature. When you engage with your body and the magic that it is and the miraculous capacity it has to heal itself and to adapt to the world around it, and link that to the world of all the other living and breathing creatures, plants, animals, trees, and the non-living structures and how those engage and involve in the world. That's magic. And the way you do that, the way you engage in magic is through simple mindfulness, just being aware of all the things that are happening on subspace levels. That mindfulness can help you experience magic in everyday life. So in this workshop, we're going to learn the science of mind-body magic, how you can be mindful about your mind and your body and how the mind and body work together to make you aware of all the magical things that are happening every single day in your life. Then we'll talk about the science of nature and the basic elements of nature like earth, water, fire, and mineral, and how they help you to engage with the world and how you are made up of the same elements. And when you spiritually and energetically align with the nature of the world, you become more aware of the magic around you. And finally, I'll give you very practical tips on how to access magic in your life. In this first section, we're going to talk about the science of the mind and body and how they work together to create magic in your system. Like the human body and the human mind really are magical. But first of all, we have to understand your nervous system. And your nervous system, really, the brain and your spinal cord, it governs so much of how your body functions. And when it dysregulates, when it doesn't work, So many things happen. You can have anxiety, you can have chronic pain, that overthinking, second guessing monkey mind happens, which then turns into exhaustion and fatigue. You can disrupt your hormones and get all kinds of moodiness. You can get overwhelmed with thoughts and that turns into brain fog and you can't remember things. It can even disrupt how the rhythm of your heart functions. You can have heart problems and relationship issues and sleep issues and so much more. So, in order to understand the magic of how your system works, we want to understand how your central nervous system works. So, the central nervous system, it's your brain and your spinal cord and all the nerves that come off of your spinal cord. So, your brain regulates your thoughts, feelings, and movements. All of that generates first in your brain. So, your brain receives and processes all this sensory information, things you feel, hear, touch, smell, taste from the outside world. It comes in through your senses, moves through your nerves into your brain, and then your brain says, oh, that's information. Here's what I got to do with it. And it sends messages through your spinal cord and through your nerves in the form of electrical signals that are powered by oxygen to go tell your body how to respond. So you get an impulse from the outside world of some sort of sensory thing. Your brain processes that impulse and says, this is how I have to respond. And it responds by telling your body to change your chemistry of how your hormones are. It tells your body to change your chemistry of what it digests, what it feels, what it senses, what it experiences, and how it physically responds, whether it should go into stress mode, whether it should go into relax mode. All of that is governed by your central nervous system. Your central nervous system then also has a layer on it called the human chakra system. Now, many people think of the chakra system as this woo-woo psychic energy balls that move through your body, and a lot of people don't even believe they exist. So let me explain what are on a much more practical scientific level. Your chakras are these major intersections along the central nervous system where your nerves intersect. So you have your brain and you have your spinal cord, and branching out from your spinal cord are all these branches of nerves. There's major intersections where a lot of branches go out. Each of those intersections where branches of nerves branch out is a chakra, one of the major chakras. Actually, every time a nerve intersects with another nerve, there's a chakra. So you have 72 million of them in your body where nerve pathways intersect. But a major chakra, the 7 major ones that live from the base of your spine up to the crown of your head, are where the biggest nerve intersections occur. And they conduct information through the electrical signaling from your brain to your body and from your body to your brain in these intersections. And what information gets processed is governed by where in the body the chakra lives. So what's going on, what organs and what body parts live in that intersection, and the purpose and the function of those organs and body parts help you understand the aspect of the chakra that it's governing, that it's taking care of in your life. So it works in tandem with your nervous system. And each chakra governs a different aspect of your life. Like your root chakra is about your basic needs: food, water, shelter, feeling safe, feeling stable, and balancing your relationship with fear. Your sacral chakra, which lives at your pelvis, that's where your organs of your reproductive organs, your excretory organs, those are about holding on and letting go. So that part of your body, that chakra system, helps you manage your body's awareness of how to let go of things and how to hold on to things, both physically, as in your pee and poop, but also energetically and emotionally, as into resentments and grudges and guilt and those kinds of things. So when you work along the chakra system, from the root all the way up to the crown, all of those things in your life are governed by those intersections of nerves. So if you calibrate your chakras and you learn how to exercise and align how that electrical impulse goes through those intersections, you can also then soothe, calm, and regulate your nervous system and start to balance and align some of those things that go freaky when you dysregulate. So you can, by calibrating and adjusting your chakras and having a better relationship with the governance of those things in your life that is governed by each chakra, you can then better balance and align how you manage those things in life through your nervous system and balance your anxiety and calm and soothe that fear and clear the brain fog and all those things I mentioned in that slide before. One way to do that, and one other thing connected with that, is your RAS, your reticular activating system, which is a part of your brain. Your brain has to take in every teeny tiny little sensory input. And that's gazillions and gazillions of data of information. Just now, as you're listening to me, you're taking in the tone of my voice. You're taking in the words that I'm using. You're taking in the emphasis I'm using on those different words. You're also taking in the visual of what you're seeing on the screen. And that's just in engaging in this particular video. But there's also the outside things not connected to the video, the temperature of the air, what's going on in the room around you, the feelings you have residual in what happened this morning for you, how you slept last night. All that information needs to be processed through your central nervous system. And it is way too much information for us to consciously process and understand on a very conscious, aware perspective. So the reticular activating system is your brain's filter. It says this information comes in through this filter, and the brass says this sensory information is important. This is something you should know about, you should be aware about, you should be conscious to pay attention to. And this, not so important, we're going to put that away in the filing cabinet. Well, your nervous system is your filing cabinet. It's your entire history of every sensory impulse, every experience you've had in your life, plus that of all your genetics. So there's a lot of information in there. So the RAS determines, oh, this is important for the here and now. You should be aware right now. And this is not so important. So we'll put it away in the filing cabinet. And when we need to grab it, we'll go get it. The magic of all this is that this all happens so automatically and instantaneously that you don't even consciously have to make it happen. It just does. It just does its work. And as it does its work, you then function in the world. Now, The next Substack article of the month will be being mindful with water and how you can use water to magically wash things away, put things aside that you don't want to deal with, heal those resentments and grudges so that you can balance your sacral chakras so that you can go with the flow and feel more joyful, playful, and creative, which is what magic water does for us. The third element we'll explore in Substack in the Mindfulness for Magic month of March is fire. So we'll learn how to engage with the sun, how to engage with candles and incense and other types of magic tools that you can access pretty quickly, and even just how to engage the fire in your own system by balancing your core chakra to access your strength and feel that empowered and confident self that really has passion and purpose in life. And lastly, we're going to go into stone and balance your throat chakra so that you can speak your mind and feel honest and authentic and true and really explore a whole new layer. And that might even lead into what we're going to do in April, which I haven't decided yet. So please consider joining me on Substack, or if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I do 45-minute initial consultations where you can share with me what you're going through, and I can talk to you about how baby steps of mindfulness can help you access that everyday magic in your life. Have a great day.